Midweek Politics with Dave Pakman on midweekpolitics.com.
Welcome back to Midweek Politics. I'm David Pakman. Last week, we had a chance to sit down with former Governor Jesse Ventura. We heard part one of the interview last week. We'll get to part two right now. And just so you know, there's a full other 10-minute interview that it started off as a behind-the-scenes thing. And he said, this is all off the record. We got into so much stuff. I said, can we air this? And he said, yes. So actually, for our Midweek Politics members, and if you're not yet a member, really think about doing it. It's a great way to support a 100% independent media program. You can go to midweekpolitics.com. It's very clear where to sign up. There's already an extra 10 minutes of behind the scenes with Jesse Ventura. So without further ado, part two of our interview with the former governor starts now. Is there one network or type of news outlet that's more likely to hide not only conspiracy theories, but news stories generally for, it could be conflicts of interest, personal relationships? I mean, is it newspaper, radio, TV? Who do you think tries to cover up more?
I don't trust our mainstream media at all today. I don't believe when they tell me things. I believe they have an agenda. I believe they're controlled. You saw the example during Bush when he got caught paying off those reporters out of the White House.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on. If that's probably just the tip of the iceberg on what got caught there. And so, look what happened to me when I came out of office. I was the hottest commodity out there, and MSNBC, Fox, and CNN got in a bidding war for me. MSNBC won. You noticed I disappeared for 3 years?
I did.
Well, you know why?
No.
I was opposed to the Iraq War, and they wouldn't let me. MSNBC was not left-wing at that time. They were Fox Light.
This is the same thing that happened to Phil Donahue, is it not?
Exactly. Phil Donahue was their highest-rated show, and he was taken off the air. Who's ever heard of a network doing that? And they wouldn't let me on because both Phil and I opposed the invasion of Iraq. And if you think back prior to that invasion, there wasn't one person on television questioning it, saying, what are we doing this for? Why are we going into Iraq? I mean, that's what made me first question 9/11. Initially, I was as stunned as everyone. I believed everything. And then when I just got out of office, when Bush announced we were going to invade Iraq, and I went, Iraq? The 19 hijackers, there wasn't one of them was Iraqi.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, that's like taking the attitude on Pearl Harbor. The Japanese attacked us at Pearl Harbor. Well, what the heck? Let's go invade Korea. After all, they're Asian too.
Which is the Iraq Osama bin Laden comparison that you're drawing.
Well, the point is Saddam Hussein was no friend of Osama bin Laden. Saddam Hussein was very secular.
No, I agree. They
were enemies, in fact.
What are your thoughts?
And so what was the purpose of invading Iraq?
Specifically on Fox News as a source of news. I've seen you on the Sean Hannity show arguing with him. Is it entertainment and political opinion, or is it news? What
no, it's entertainment and political opinion completely.
That even in their hard news segments, so to speak.
Absolutely, because if you watch how they go with rumors, they go with all sorts of stuff, and they won't even let me on anymore.
So you have basically there's just a no invite policy with Jesse Ventura.
With the big what I call the Three Stooges.
CNN, MSNBC, Fox.
No, on Fox.
Oh, specifically.
I call that O'Reilly, Hannity, and Beck. Yeah, I call them the Three Stooges. Because if Hannity combed his hair straight down, he'd look like Mo. And if O'Reilly'd be Larry, and of course, take a look at Glenn Beck and Curly Howard. If they're not related, I don't know who is.
Hey, speaking of hair,
I'm having fun with you there.
I get the feeling you're perceived as more liberal now than when you were governor. I don't know if it's your long hair or what. Do you feel like you've become more progressive?
No, I've always been fiscally conservative and socially liberal.
And you don't
on all social policies, I'm as liberal as you can get. I don't care if there's gays in the military. In fact, I think that they should be invited to join. It's their country, too.
I agree.
I'm pro-choice. I'm very liberal on all social issues. I don't oppose gay marriage. I could care less about it. It doesn't affect my marriage. I'll be married 35 years this summer. How does it affect me if two gay people get married down the block?
Hey, I'm in Massachusetts. Believe me, I know that gay marriage has not changed my life in any way.
In fact, if they want to outlaw something, outlaw divorce.
Right.
Try that. 50% of all marriages today end in divorce. Half.
More than 50%.
Well, whatever. I used 50, but you're right. I mean, when two people heteros say their vows, the odds are they won't be together to the end.
In the last minute we have here, you ran and won as an independent in Minnesota. And we heard years ago the Green Party is going to get their 5%, then they'll get federal funding, and away we go. That didn't happen. Now there's a lot of stock being put in these teabaggers. And I think they're going to help Democrats more than Republicans. What's your thought about the teabaggers?
Well, first of all, if you're going to be a third party, you have to be a centrist, like me.
And the Tea Party is not.
When the parties get the two nominations, they have to veer to the far right and veer to the far left in order to get their nomination. Well, it's the center that elects them. So as soon as they get the nomination, they start veering back to the center. Well, the way I won, I had the center occupied. They couldn't get back in. And that's how I defeated them, because most of us are all centrists. We don't belong to the far right or the far left. But I don't support third parties anymore.
What do
you know what I support now?
Yeah.
No parties.
Just candidates.
Yes. Because Jefferson, Adams, and George Washington warned us. They said the downfall of America would not come from the outside, it would come from within, and Adams even told us what it would be. He said it'll be the day that political parties take over the government. And that's what you have today. These two parties do not vote for the country first. Look how they vote. They vote their party first. It's the party line first, the country second. What we need to work towards in this country is abolishing all political parties.
We've been speaking.
Good luck, but because they make the rules. But to me, it isn't about a third party anymore. It's about getting rid of the two that we have.
We've been speaking with former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura, author of the new book, American Conspiracies, Lies, Lies, and More Dirty Lies That the Government Tells Us. Thanks so much.
One thing I would like to make clear to your listeners also.
Yeah.
I don't let anyone challenge my patriotism, and I'll tell you why. My father was a World War II veteran. My mother was a World War II veteran. She was a nurse in North Africa. My brother and I are both Vietnam veterans, so every member of my immediate family served at a time of war.
Okay, Jesse Ventura, and a reminder to our audience, a full 10-minute behind-the-scenes interview that Jesse Ventura agreed to let us air is available now on the Midweek Politics membership podcast, midweekpolitics.com/membership. Midweek Politics is brought to you in part by Jackson & Connor, classically modern men's apparel in Northampton, Massachusetts on the second floor of Thorns Marketplace, and by DIF Design, specializing in custom business websites at difdesign.com. To find out more about underwriting Midweek Politics, visit midweekpolitics.com.